It's 8:54 p.m. the 3rd of August. I had my surgery on the 25th of July. I'm talking. I can't swallow many things. Think about it, they cut my head off. And I lived. Oh, man. So they open me up here, and they use forceps, and they spread it apart. They move the thyroid and parathyroids and all that shit over here, and they take the jugular vein and they move to the other side. So they have a very clear, balanced look at what could happen, which didn't. My surgeon, I think, is the best in the world. A genius, actually. He is. He's good. On my back surgery a year ago, which was pretty vile. It's the worst experience I've ever had. The pain was so immense. It was bad. I think the first 2 weeks of my life after that surgery was dilaudid and morphine. It was bad. That poor doctor had to cut away old scar tissue, clean it up, get rid of any bone fragment, cleaned it up, and then removed discs one by one and replaced them with screws. And after he was done, he wrapped a titanium shield around my spine, which is now assimilated into my back. The shield put into my neck shall assimilate as well. We hope so. It is a foreign body and it can be rejected. I doubt if I know I won't reject it because I didn't reject the first one, so therefore, you know. This time I went into a care center that was full of hope, not death. They allow their employees to bring their kids to work if they can't find a sitter, and everybody brings an animal in from somewhere. Feral stops in, a squirrel, a dog, a cat. It's all part of the housing. The housing is informal, loving, and not cold. If I had to die tomorrow, I would die there. So anyway, okay, so this is series 2. I'm gonna be gone for a little bit, a breather, before they do the knee replacement on my right knee. I've heard that is worse than the back surgery. I like all my facts up front, and I like to watch the surgeries as they do them. And it depends on the parts that they use that I assimilate to it. It's almost like a Star Trek film about how to assimilate to body parts that don't belong to you. I personally am a pro at this. I don't have to be a surgeon. I let the surgeons learn on me. Actually, no. He's done like 4,000 surgeries of this, and another 4 or 5 on like my back. The guy doesn't make a mistake. He's right on cue. If I was a music instructor, he would have gotten an A, and still does. He's a good doctor. His PAs are really good. His way with people, very, very good. He's nice bedside manner, a nice young man. I approve of that. So anyway, nurses check your body over to make sure there's no, rashes or any other infection going on. I did get cellulitis this time. I had cellulitis when I went into surgery this time. So my legs were this big. I'm not kidding you. Drop a quarter on them. The quarter would have stayed. And left a mark of a quarter. I found a new breast lump. I'm going to be calm. I'm sure it's probably nothing. My life is a voice of confusion most of the time now. I am vitamin D deficient. Not D, B. I am vitamin B deficient. This has just happened to be the one that controls my memory and how I think and process.
I heard a different story downstairs.
I am not thinking or processing right now. My father-in-law will be buried at the beautiful cemetery for...
Is it okay she eats the pudding right now?
No.
She said you need to have a sandwich first. You didn't eat one up here? When did you eat one?
Why is she yelling at that child?
You ate it downstairs?
Anyway.
You didn't eat no sandwich with me.
I didn't eat it with Audrey. No, I didn't. I just said I ate it upstairs.
She did. This is my wrap. And then underneath, of course, not, I don't know, about that long of a cut. It's not long because you don't need much because you're going through the neck, It's more complex in the back, whatever. My diabetes got a little high. That was because of the steroids they gave me to bring down the swelling in my throat so I could swallow again. It worked. I got liquid insulin when I was in the hospital, and I seemed to do very well on it. Far better than I have the metformin. My life is just a little bit different. Like I said, I have brilliant children. They think of things and ways to shock the public. Excellent writers, excellent voice, excellent everything. My structure brought out the perfect person. They're not perfect by any means, but I like to delusion myself. Delusional, all right. And she ate worms for dinner. Ugh. They are high in protein, and I recommend them highly if you don't want to kill your local chicken. I'm not gonna go there. The local chicken. I've always wondered who the little chicken was. And in the end, it didn't matter who the chicken was or the egg became. All that mattered is that both ended up in a frying pan. The story of my life is not that way. But if I do end up in a frying pan with the egg, I'll know who came first, because I've always been number one. Oh, Lord help me.